met in your in online Google Meet to our head department of botany, RBVRR Women's Degree College, Dr. Rajni Aluru Madam Garu. Shall we start? Okay. Now, today we are going to discuss about fermentation and its process. Fermentation and its process. And its types also. Madam, it's recording.
Yes, sir, it is recording, sir.
Yeah. So, in this today's topic, we are going to discuss about introduction to fermentation and the most important historical background. Actually, fermentation process we know daily life activities, but the historical background we clearly discuss in this class. And types based on respiration, where aerobic or anaerobic fermentation, lactic acid, lactic acid, lactic acid fermentation, homo and heterolactic acid fermentation, mechanism of fermentation and products of fermentation. Fermentation as a food preservation technique, advantages and disadvantages of fermentation, importance of fermentation. So these topics this is a synopsis we are going to discuss in today's class. Then what about fermentation? Is a metabolic process that converts sugar to acids, gases, or alcohol. In this process, fermentation is an anaerobic process. In this process, it is a metabolic process. In this process, sugars are going to convert it into acids, gases, and alcohol also. It occurs in yeast and bacteria, and also in oxygen starved or oxygen deficient parts of the human body, even though all living organisms, as in the case of lactic acid fermentation. In our muscle, whenever oxygen is not sufficient to the nerves or muscle cells, then automatically lactic acid are formed in our muscles. Then only we are going to tired. So fermentation, chemical process by which molecules such as glucose are break down anaerobically. Are you following me? Actually, what is going on here? So the glucose are broken down anaerobically. More broadly, fermentation is the foaming unhealthy that occurs during the manufacture of wine and beer. So that is a beverage in the or a process at least 10,000 years old. Very, very, very primitive process, my dear friends. Very ancient process. In anciently, at least 10 years back old, the fourth thing results from the evolution of carbon dioxide. Evolution of carbon dioxide gas, though this was not recognized until the 17th century. Until the 17th century. After this period, French chemist and microbiologist, that is Louis Pasteur. Are you heard about the term pasteurization? Or the theory of germ theory of diseases given by this Louis Pasteur, my dear friends. So Louis Pasteur in 19th century used the term fermentation. So first fermentation term used by our French scientist and chemist and microbiologist Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. In narrow sense, to describe the changes brought about by yeasts and other microorganisms like bacteria also growing in the absence of air. Growing of in the absence of air, that is anaerobically. And Louis Pasteur also recognized that ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide are not the only products of fermentation. Not only ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide which are formed are produced in the fermentation process. And also the actual definition of this fermentation is the chemical transformation of organic substances into simpler compounds by the action of enzymes, complex organic catalysts, which are produced by microorganisms such as molds, yeast, or bacteria. Are you heard about molds? Green molds, black molds, okay, blue-green molds. Ascomycotina and Basidiomycotina, we can call it as blue molds or green molds. Okay. So then bacteria and enzymes act by hydrolysis, a process of breaking down or pre-digesting complex organic molecules to form smaller and, in the case of foods, more easily digestible compounds and nutrients. In this slide, we are easily understand actual process of fermentation with our naked eye. Is it clear? This slide is visible. What you are observing in this slide? Very clearly you are observed about the observing sugar placed in the presence of yeast. Yeasts are going to convert, these sugars are going to convert into alcohol. The liberation of carbon dioxide we are observed in the slide. So this is simply fermentation process. So beer, wine industry and wine industry, alcohol industry completely depends upon the fermentation process by the use of this yeast. Is it clear? Then history of fermentation. What is the history? What is the history? Fermentation is a very, very ancient process. Fermentation is a natural process and very ancient process. People applied fermentation to make products such as wine, mead. Mead means made of fermented honey and water, that we can call mead, and cheese, beer, long before the biochemical processes was understood. And simply we are day-to-day life activities, we are simply observing about the fermentation. Are you anytime are you ate any idli, dosa, bonda? Idli, dosa, bonda, or bread? So these are the products just because of the fermentation process, my dear friends. In the 1850s and 1860s, Louis Pasteur, means 19th century, became the first zymologist who expert in the field of fermentation. In the field of fermentation, we can say that, we can call that zymologist. So mycologist, pycologist, like that, zymologist. Zymologist means in the field of, expert in the field of fermentation. Who is that person? Who is that scientist? Louis Pasteur. Our scientist to study fermentation when he demonstrated fermentation was caused by living cells. Definitely, the fermentation is caused by living cells. What are the living cells? The first solid evidence of the living nature of yeast. Yeast is a, my dear friends, yeast are the unicellular, only unicellular fungi, unicellular or single cell organism, single cell eukaryotic fungi we can call as yeast. Yeast are the unicellular or single cellular organism, and which is a eukaryotic single cellular organism of the fungi, we can call as yeast. So yeast are the responsible for the fermentation, first recognized by French chemist and microbiologist, that is Louis Pasteur. Okay, Louis Pasteur. And in 1837 and 1838, when three publications appeared by C. Caguinard, D. Latour, T. Swan, and F. Courgine, each of whom independently concluded as a result of microscopic investigations that yeast was a living organism that reproduced by budding, my dear friends. Reproducing by budding. The word yeast, it should be noted, traces its origins back to the Sanskrit word meaning boiling. So yeast is a term is first coined by Louis Pasteur, and even though the Sanskrit word which means boiling, it was perhaps because wine, beer and bread were each basic foods in Europe in Europe that most of the, Europe means England also, my dear friends, England, British, and that most of the early studies on fermentation were done on yeasts only, with which they were made. My dear friends, along with this yeast, soon bacteria were also discovered. So bacteria were also discovered. The term was first used in English in the late 1840s, but it didn't come into general use until the 1870, and then largely in connection with the new germ theory of disease. Who given the new theory, germ theory of disease, my dear friends? Germ theory. Germ theory. Louis Pasteur or Robert Koch? Robert Koch, Louis Pasteur. So these two scientists were completely given about the microorganisms which are useful in the process of fermentation. And the view that fermentation was a process initiated by living organisms soon around faced criticism from the finest chemists of the day, especially Justus von Liebig, J.J. Berzelius, and Friedrich Wöhler. This view seemed to give new life to the waning mystical philosophy of vitalism, which they had hard to defeat. The proponents of vitalism held that the functions of living organism were due to a vital principle, life forces, that is chi, ki, prana. These are the terms related to Europe, or the Greek terms, and distinct from physico-chemical forces, that the process of life were not explicable by the laws of physics and chemistry alone. Not only physics and chemistry alone explain these terms, and that life was in some part of self-determining, as we shall soon see. The vitalist played a key role in debate on the gradually recognized that yeast was a living organism. Its exact function in fermentations remained a matter of controversy. The chemists still maintained the fermentation was due to catalytic action or molecular vibrations. The debate was finally brought to an end by the great French chemist, that is Louis Pasteur, in 1822 to 1895, who during the 1850s and 1860s in a series of classic investigations proved conclusively that fermentation was initiated by living organisms. In 1857, Foster showed that lactic acid fermentation is caused by living organism, that is bacteria, lactic acid bacteria. In 1860, he demonstrated that bacteria causes souring in milk. Souring of the milk means, so milk is going to convert it into curd, a process is formerly thought to be merely chemical change, and his work in identifying the role of microorganisms in food spoilage led to the process of pasteurization. Pasteurization. Are you heard about the term pasteurization, Amma? This slide is visible. Pasteurization. In 1877, working to improve the French brewing industry, that is Pasteur published his on fermentation, Etudes sur la bière. The paper was Etudes sur la bière, which was translated into English 1879 as Studies on Fermentation. He defined fermentation incorrectly as life without air, but correctly showed specific types of microorganisms caused specific types of fermentation and specific end products. In 1877, the era of modern medical bacteriology began when Robert Koch, that is German physician, 1843 and 1910, and Pasteur showed that the anthrax bacillus or Bacillus anthracis caused the infectious disease anthrax. Anthrax is the disease caused by Bacillus anthracis or anthrax bacillus. This epic discovery led in 1880 to Pasteur's general germ theory of infectious disease. Pasteur given the germ theory of infectious disease after Robert Koch. Robert Koch. Remember, my dear friends, these are the two scientists very widely explain about the microorganisms functions and what are the utility and applicable processes also. Here, this Pasteur given the theory of germ theory of infectious disease, which postulated for the first time that each such disease was caused by a specific microorganism. And Robert Koch also made very significant discovery of a method for isolating microorganisms in pure culture. So this image shows how the scientists led by in the process of fermentation in different ways. And now we are going to discuss about the types based on the respiration. Now actual related topic we are going to discuss here, that is the types based on the respiration. So here we are going to discuss about aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, already we discussed in earlier classes or last classes. Aerobic fermentation. Aerobic fermentation means that oxygen is present, wine, beer, and acetic acid, that is vinegar, such as apple cider vinegar, need oxygen in the primary or first stage of fermentation. When creating acetic vinegar, for example, exposing the surface of the vinegar to as much oxygen as possible creates a healthy, favorable vinegar with the correct pH. Amma, are you follow my class? It is very fast or slow? Are you follow my class? Very easy topic, but we are day-to-day life, we are knowingly or unknowingly we are absorbed. So vinegar, our mother is used this vinegar in kitchen for the making of the different food material for different taste and smell also. So vinegar contain acetic acid, my dear friends. Remember, vinegar contain acetic acid. Vinegar, and also vinegar is very, very useful in baking industry also. And when creating acetic vinegar, for example, exposing the surface of the vinegar to as much of oxygen, whenever the oxygen is present, the favorable vinegar is produced with correct pH. So this is an anaerobic. So anaerobic metabolic fermentation. See here, and this is the muscle cytosol process, and it is the yeast cytosol process. That is, glucose is going to pyruvic acid, then the fate of the pyruvic acid. Remember, my dear friends, I will show here. So glucose. So one glucose molecule is going to, in the process of glycolysis, 2 moles of the pyruvic acid is produced. The fate of the pyruvic acid is depends upon the availability of the oxygen, my dear friends. Whenever the availability of oxygen is present, then the pyruvic acid is then going to pyruvic acid oxidative decarboxylation, then going to Krebs Krebs and ETS. So this is aerobic respiration. Whenever the oxygen is not present, then pyruvic acid is going to fermentation process or anaerobic condition, fermentation process. That is lactic acid fermentation or ethanol fermentation, ethyl alcohol produced. So these are the process which we are observed. The fate of the pyruvic acid depends upon the availability of the oxygen, my dear friends. Whenever the oxygen is available, then aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. The cell respiration continues in the cell organelle, that is mitochondria. And even though our different parts of the cell, but the oxygen is not present, oxygen is absent, or the lesser oxygen or oxygen is not sufficient or oxygen not available, the fate of the pyruvic acid is going to, in the anaerobic conditions, fermentation process. That is, produce the lactic acid in the muscle cell, and even though ethanol production in the outside of the body, and even though the different organic acids also produced in the process of fermentation. So which means whether the aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration, glycolysis is the gateway, my dear friends. Glycolysis is the gateway for the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Whenever the oxygen is present, the aerobic respiration continues. Whenever the oxygen is not present, the glycolysis, in the process of, after the glycolysis, the pyruvic acid is going to enter into the fermentation process, which produce in the presence of different enzymes or in the presence of living cells, living organisms like yeast or bacteria, the lactic acid is produced, or ethanol is produced, or different organic acids are produced. Is it clear? Amma? Are you able to my class? Follow my class? Anybody can respond, my dear friends.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shall we continue for next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then anaerobic fermentation is a method cells use to extract energy from carbohydrates when oxygen or other electron acceptors are not available, my dear friends. So electrons or oxygen are not available, electron acceptors or oxygen not available in the surrounding environment. This differentiate it from anaerobic respiration, which doesn't use oxygen but does use electron accepting molecules that comes from outside of the cell. The process can follow glycolysis as the next step in the breakdown of glucose and other sugars to produce molecules of adenosine triphosphate ATP that create an energy source for the cell. Then NADH, a mole necessary to continue glycolysis, anaerobic fermentation relies on enzymes to add a phosphate group to an individual adenosine diphosphate ADP molecule to produce ATP, which means it is a form of substrate level phosphorylation. Contrasts with oxidative phosphorylation, which uses energy from an established proton gradient to produce ATP. Are you observed, Amma? What are the differences we are observed? Whether the oxidative phosphorylation or whether the fermentation process, how ATP are synthesized or energy is utilized. There are two major types of anaerobic fermentation. Number one, ethanol fermentation, and number two, lactic acid fermentation. How many types of the anaerobic fermentation, Amma? How many types of the anaerobic?
Types.
Two types. One is
Ethanol fermentation, sir.
now second one is lactic acid fermentation.
fermentation.
Lactic acid fermentation. Here, my dear friends, so ethanol fermentation, both restore NAD plus to allow a cell continue generating ATP through glycolysis. Then now first one is ethanol fermentation. The ethanol fermentation converts two pyruvate molecules, the products of glycolysis, to 2 moles of ethanol and 2 moles of carbon dioxide. 2 moles of the carbon dioxide. The reaction is a two-step process in which pyruvate is converted to acetaldehyde and carbon dioxide, first by the enzyme pyruvate decarboxylase. Pyruvate decarboxylase. Yeast and certain bacteria perform ethanol fermentation. Pyruvate from the glucose metabolism, pyruvate is produced, and pyruvate is broken into ethanol and carbon dioxide. The net chemical equation, the equation for the production of ethanol from glucose is, see here, the yellow colored area, that is the ethanol, the reaction we are observed. This is glucose. Glucose is going to convert into 2 moles of the pyruvate and 2 moles of the pyruvate to produce 2 moles of the ethanol. Ethanol means ethyl alcohol. Which means ethyl alcohol or ethanol. And my dear friends, 2 moles of the carbon dioxide. And along with this, 56 kilocalories. 56 kilocalories energy is produced. In ethanol fermentation is used the production of beer, wine, and bread. It's worth nothing the fermentation in the presence of high levels of pectin results in the production of small amount of methanol, and which is toxic when consumed. My dear friends, remember, compared to ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol very, very harm to the human body, even though living organism. How we can say that? Because ethyl alcohol is some amount of ethyl alcohol is necessary for the human body and also animals. But the little amount of the ethyl alcohol is reached in our body by the eating of the vegetable and also fruit. But my dear friends, the excess of the ethyl alcohol very harm to the human body. That is the damage our liver and also some of the important organs of the body. But methyl alcohol or methanol, methanol is here. Methanol is very toxic to our human body. Whenever we are consumed this methyl alcohol or methanol or gudumba, we can normally we can say that gudumba or patki, gudumba. This methanol, gudumba contain methanol. This is very toxic to the human body. When they are consumed, when human beings are consumed this methyl alcohol, this is damage the liver and important organs like kidney. Along with this damage to the organs, the very sensitive organ of the human body or living organism, that is eyes. So eyes are going to damage or going to blind. The methanol consumption is highly consumption of the methanol or methyl alcohol. The human beings are going to blind. Here alcohol fermentation occurs in the yeast. Here, my dear friends, see here, this is the glucose is going to pyruvate. This is the glycolysis. 2 ATPs are synthesized here. And the second step, the pyruvate, 2 moles of the pyruvate is going to form 2 estaldehyde, 2 moles of the estaldehyde. And remember, 2 estaldehyde is going to produce 2 ethyl alcohol molecules, 2 moles of the ethanol or 2 moles of the ethyl alcohol. Amma, are you follow this slide? This slide is visible very clearly.
Yes, sir.
So glucose to pyruvate, we know very well, that is glycolysis. 2 ATPs are synthesized. And my dear friend, the second step, 2 moles of the pyruvate is going to oxidative decarboxylation. In the process of decarboxylation, 1 mole of the carbon dioxide is released, and 2 moles, two carbon dioxide, 2 moles of the estaldehyde, that is the 2 carbon compound, that is 2 estaldehyde, 2 moles of the estaldehyde, and estaldehyde dehydrogenation. In the presence of estaldehyde dehydrogenase, these 2 moles of the estaldehyde to synthesize or produce 2 moles of the ethyl alcohol, 2 moles of the ethanol. This is alcohol fermentation in the presence of yeast. Then the second type of fermentation, that is lactic acid fermentation. Ethyl alcohol fermentation. Are you clear? Alcohol fermentation. Are you?
Yes, sir.
Now, the second fermentation, that is lactic acid fermentation. The first fermentation is responsible for yeast, that is fungi. Yeast belongs to fungi. And the lactic acid fermentation in the presence of lactic acid bacillus or lactic acid bacteria. So ethyl alcohol fermentation is caused by in the presence of yeast, that is fungi, and lactic acid bacillus or lactic acid bacteria is present, that is in the process of lactic acid fermentation. The lactic acid fermentation is a biological process by which glucose and other 6 carbon sugar, that is disaccharide sugars, example sucrose, lactose. Lactose is a, my dear friends, lactose and sucrose is belongs to disaccharide, you know. Glucose is monosaccharide, my dear friends, but sucrose and lactose and galactose belongs to disaccharides. So these disaccharides are converted into cellular energy and then metabolite lactate. The pyruvate molecules from glucose metabolism, glycolysis. Glucose to pyruvate, we can say that glycolysis may be fermented into lactic acid. The lactic acid fermentation is used to convert lactose into lactic acid in yogurt products. Yogurt is a Chinese product, my dear friends, and this is a milk product, and it also occurs in animal muscles, human being muscles also, my dear. Tissues required energy at a faster rate than oxygen can be supplied. The next equation for lactic acid production from glucose. See here, this is the lactic acid fermentation. So this is glucose, C6H12O6 means glucose is going to produce lactic acid. So the production of lactic acid from lactose and water may be summarized as, see here. So this is the lactic acid, C12H22O11 is the lactic acid, then on lactic acid. Okay, lactic acid, that is in the presence of lactose. Lactose is an enzyme. Lactose. Then in the presence of water, it produces lactic acid. So C12H22O11 is lactose. Lactose is going to convert into lactic acid in the presence of lactic acid bacteria. So lactose is a sugar, my dear friends. Remember, I will say once again, lactose is a sugar. Lactose contains sugar. Milk sugar is the lactose. So lactose C12H22O11 is converted into lactic acid with the presence of lactic acid bacteria. And among these, at the same time, yogurt is made by fermenting milk. It's high in protein, calcium, and probiotics. My dear friends, probiotics. Are you heard about the term probiotics? Probiotics is very, very important for the growing of the useful bacteria in our human body. And the helpful bacteria or helpful microorganism which produce or which promotes the digestive process. Here's how to make yogurt and look the chemistry for yogurt. Then types of fermentation: homolactic fermentation and heterolactic fermentation. Homolactic and heterolactic fermentation. The fermentation in which only the lactic acid is produced, there is no any side products, any byproducts are produced, we can call that as homolactic fermentation. Or heterolactic fermentation means along with this lactic acid, some of the byproducts are produced, like gases or other organic materials are produced, or organic products are produced in the process of heterolactic fermentation. See here, this is the lactic acid fermentation from glucose to pyruvate, that is glycolysis. 2 ATPs are synthesized. Then the 2 moles of the pyruvate are produced 2 lactic acid or 2 lactates, lactic acid. So this is in the presence of lactic acid bacteria. But this is not necessary for the oxygen. Oxygen is not necessary. That is anaerobic respiration. Then mechanism of the fermentation. What is the mechanism? So this fermentation takes place when the electron transportation chain is unusable, often due to lack of a final electron receptor such as oxygen. Here oxygen is not usable. Oxygen is not available. Oxygen is not present and becomes the cell's primary means of ATP energy production. It turns NADH and pyruvate produced in glycolysis into NAD+ and an organic molecule which varies depending on the type of fermentation. See example below. In the presence of O2 and NADH and pyruvate are used to generate ATP in respiration. This is called oxidative phosphorylation, and it generates much more ATP than glycolysis alone. For that reason, cells generally benefit from avoiding fermentation when oxygen is available. But in our topic, the exemption being obligate anaerobes which cannot tolerate oxygen. If oxygen is present, the anaerobes or microbes not able to grow or not able to sustain. That is obligate anaerobes. The first step, glycolysis, is common to all fermentation or fermentation pathways. This is cause of fermentation. This is the cause of fermentation. We know that gateway, though glycolysis is the gateway for the aerobic respiration and even the anaerobic respiration. Are you accept or not? Are you agree or not? Are you agree or not? See here, this is the pyruvate is then inorganic phosphate is inorganic phosphate. 2 ADP molecules and 2 pyruvate are converted into 2 ATPs, and 2 water molecule is produced via substrate level phosphorylation. 2 molecules of NAD are reduced to NADH. In oxidative phosphorylation, the energy for ATP formation is derived from an electrochemical proton gradient generation across the inner mitochondrial membrane. Yesterday we are clearly explained about how the proton gradient generated across the inner mitochondrial membrane. or in the case of bacteria, the plasma membrane via the electron transportation chain. Glycolysis has substrate level phosphorylation, ATP generated directly at the point of reaction. Humans have used fermentation to produce food and beverages since the Neolithic age. Are you heard about the term Neolithic? The era, the evolution of the human beings, Ramapithecus, okay, Neopithecus, Neolithic age, that is the rock age. For example, fermentation is used for preservation in process that produces lactic acid as found in such as sour foods. Are you heard about the pickle term? Whenever you heard about the term pickles, our day-to-day life activities, we are using pickles, Priya pickles, chutneys. Amma, our mother making of the pickles, you know, from cucumber,
Yes, sir.
kimchi and yogurt. See, fermentation in food processing as well as for producing alcoholic beverages such as wine making, and also beer, also fermentation process even occur within the stomach of our animal such as humans also. So this is the diagrammatic picture or image shows about the steps regarding regarding of the production of the beer or yogurt with the help of fermentation. We are observed some of the pictures, some of the movie we are also seen. Are Nani? The beer tayari is a beer. Which picture? Husharu picture. Or whenever you are watched the picture, Husharu cinema movie. So these steps they are followed whenever you are watched this picture Husharu movie. Okay. Then, my dear friends, then products of the fermentation in the fermentation products, they are wine, beer, lactic acid, vinegar, yogurts, cheese, okay, sauerkraut and kimchi. Kimchi in China product, my dear friend. Kimchi, Japan and China, they are yogurt and sauerkraut and pepperoni also. So these are the fermented products related to different countries. So this is the fermentation. This flow chart shows about the fermentation. So glucose to pyruvate, this is the glycolysis process, and fate of the pyruvic acid without using of the oxygen or anaerobic conditions, the propionibacterium, with the presence of propionic bacterium, propionic acid is produced. This is the organic acid, my dear friends. This is used for the fermentation product of the Swiss cheese, Junnu Swiss cheese, and Aspergillus nidolensis are lactobacillus and Streptococcus bacillus. So these are the fungi and bacteria. Presence of this bacteria, lactic acid is produced. So this lactic acid, when using of the cheese, cheddar and yogurt and soya sauce, soya sauce means soya, and Saccharomyces cerevisiae, this is also yeast. So production of the ethanol, wine, beer industry, and Clostridium bacteria. So this is production of the acetone, isopropanol, so organic acid. So these are used for the nail polish, especially women are using in the different festivals. They are using this nail polish, and also nail polish remover also, my dear friends. Nail polish remover, nail polish. We are using of the nail polish for the beauticians are looking very beautiful or charming. So whenever this nail polish remover used, these nails are again remain common. And rubbing of the alcohol, my dear friends, and Escherichia coli bacteria and Estobacter in the process of fermentation, the pyruvic acid is going to produce acetic acid. So acetic acid is present in vinegar. In our kitchen, day-to-day life activities, our mother used vinegar for the product of the different food material. And fermentation as a food preservation also, my dear friends. Food preservation. My dear friends, I will show. See here, my dear friends. So the fermented foods are food that have been prepared in a way so that the bacterium naturally found within them starts to ferment. Fermentation, also known as lactofermentation, is a chemical process in which bacteria and other microorganisms break down starches and sugars within the foods, possibly making them easier to digest and result in a product that is used, that is filled with the helpful organisms and enzymes. This process of fermentation is a natural preservative, which means the fermented foods can last a longer time. See here, this is the pickles and different foods we are observed in this image. This slide is visible, Amma? This slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So by the use of this fermentation, our day-to-day life activities in our kitchen, our mother making of different foods. So that this is by the use of this fermentation process, knowingly or unknowingly. Our uneducated mother or educated mother, by the using of this process, making of the different foods, my dear friends. Okay, so this is about fermentation, my dear friends. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Any doubt? No doubt? Okay. And what are the advantages and disadvantages of the fermentations? First of all, advantages. Advantages of the fermentation are that lactic acid can be produced and it can produce energy for ATP. And disadvantage, and not only this one only, the fermentation process is huge advantage, my dear friends. Our gourd sop, whenever the toddy palm, are you watched any toddy palm? Tati chettu chuse, taddy, ita, and kharjura, date palm. So date palm also produce taddy juice and date juice. So these juice are also, with the help of the fermentation process, they are using taddy juice. Tati kallu, ita kallu, kharjura kallu antar. So this just because of the fermentation process, my dear friends. And also making of the idli, making of the bonda, making of the dosa. These are our kitchen day-to-day life activities, this fermentation process. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా చూసారమ్మా? మీరు అమ్మ తయారు చేసినటువంటి పిండి తయారు చేసి ఇంట్లో ఫ్రిడ్జ్ లో కానీ మామూలు బౌల్లో పెట్టేస్తే తెల్లారేసరికి ఉబ్బి పొంగిపోతుంది. So just because of the fermentation. The taddy juice also produce the foam, foam. పొంగు వస్తుందంట, మనం పైనుంచి నురగ వస్తుందంటాం చూడండి. Just because of this fermentation. That foam contain carbon dioxide, my dear friends. Just because of the carbon dioxide. The release of the carbon dioxide. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా బాటిల్లో ఈ ఈత కళ్ళు కానీ తాటి కళ్ళు కానీ మూత పెట్టేస్తే 1 గంట 2 గంటల తర్వాత మూత దానికదే ఎగిరిపోతుంది అనమాట. జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫెర్మెంటేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ ద కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ రిలీజ్డ్. ఆ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ మూతను బయటకు నెట్టేసి పైకి ఎగిరిపోతుంది. Just because of this fermentation process. So our day-to-day life activities. Then disadvantages. So the disadvantages of the fermentation are that production can be slow. The product is impure. That is not impure. That is not pure, amma, and needs to have further treatment. That is a processing method. So another processing methods are involved or used for the making of the pure products. And the production carriers are high cost and more energy. High cost and more energy. So these are the disadvantages. And here, fermentation can provide a rapid burst of ATP and muscle cells. Whenever the players are athletes, athletes, PT Usha and some of the other athletes, they are using more energy for the running in the process of in running race. Whenever oxygen is very necessary. But oxygen is a limiting factor at the time. So at the time our muscles are మనం ఎక్కువసేపు వర్క్ చేస్తే కాళ్ళు గుంజుతున్నాయి బాగా అలసిపోయామని చెప్తారు చూడండి. Just because of lactic acid produced or lactic acid produced inside the muscle cells, and this is very toxic. This is very toxic to the cells, my dear friends. Initially, blood carries away lactate as it forms. Eventually, lactate builds up, lowering cells pH and causing muscles to fatigue. అలసిపోయినాం, బాగా అలసిపోయినాం, ఏం పని చేయలేము, చక్కగా కూర్చుంటాం just because of the production of the lactate inside the muscle cells. And oxygen debt occurs and the liver must reconvert lactate to pyruvate. And the importance of fermentation, and this is the last point, my dear friends. Importance of fermentation. Fermentation is important to cells that don't have oxygen or cells that don't use oxygen, because it allows the cells to get 2 ATP gain from 1 mole of glucose even without oxygen. So that's the most important point. Then fermentation takes away the end products of glycolysis. So glycolysis can continue, freeing up the electron carriers and so on. And third point is fermentation is important to the bakery industry. Are you heard about the term bakery? Bakery means not baker. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the yeast, which is very, very important. That's why the yeast we can call as Saccharomyces cerevisiae is called by baker's yeast and brewer's yeast. Beverages industry and bakery industry, yeast is very, very necessary, my dear friends. So that's why Saccharomyces cerevisiae or yeast is we can call as baker's yeast and brewer's yeast, not bakery yeast, bakery or baking industry. Okay, and yeast used to produce the bubbles of carbon dioxide that makes the dough rice. మీరు బ్రెడ్ పైన హోల్స్, మీరు పోర్స్ చూస్తారు బ్రెడ్ పైన, జున్నులో కానీ బ్రెడ్ పైన రంధ్రాలు మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా గమనించారమ్మా? జస్ట్ బికాస్ సాకరోమైసిస్ సెర్వీసియా. అవి ఎంత ఎక్కువ పోర్స్ ఉంటే పోరస్ చీజ్ ఆర్ పోరస్ బ్రెడ్ వెరీ ఈజీలీ కన్జ్యూమ్, మెత్తగా మనకు స్మూత్ గా స్పాంజ్ గా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. మనం స్పాంజ్ బ్రెడ్ ని ఎక్కువ లైక్ చేస్తామా, గట్టిగా దృఢంగా ఉండి అది థిక్గా ఉండే బ్రెడ్ ఇష్టపడతామా? స్పాంజ్ గా ఉండే బ్రెడ్ ఇష్టపడతాం. జస్ట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఫెర్మెంటేషన్ ప్రాసెస్, ఈస్ట్ ఈస్ యూటిలైజ్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్. అండ్ ఫెర్మెంటేషన్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ వైనరీస్. వైన్ మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా సినిమాలో చూసారా? ఏదో సినిమాలో నిలబడి ఇద్దరు తొక్కుతా ఉంటారు పాటలు పెట్టి. దక్షిణ అమెరికా ప్రాంతంలో, ఏది కాలిఫోర్నియా రీజియన్ లో ఏదో సినిమాలో కూడా ఉంది. మీరు ఏది గ్రేప్స్ అందులో ఉంటే దాంట్లో నిలబడి తొక్కుతా ఉంటారు. ఏదో ఎందుకంటే ప్రేమంట అనుకుంటా ఆ సినిమా. ఓకే, at the same time in large scale industry, the wine industry, they are using horses, గుర్రాలను ఉపయోగించి పెద్ద ఏది చుట్టూ ఒక బౌల్ మాదిరిగా పెద్ద బౌల్, గది కంటే ఎక్కువ పెద్ద గట్టేసి అందులో గుర్రాలు ఉరికిస్తూ ఉంటారు. అవి బాగా తొక్కుతూ ఉంటాయి. తొక్కితే ఆ వైన్ బాగా ఏది ఆ గ్రేప్స్ నుంచి గ్రేప్ జ్యూస్ వస్తుంది. ఆ గ్రేప్ జ్యూస్ లో ఈ గుర్రాలు వేసేటువంటి పేడ, డంగ్, అవంతా కూడా దానికి ఇంకా టేస్ట్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. ఆ వైన్ తాగడం అది బాగా తాగుతారనమాట. అంటే గుర్రాల పేడ కూడా తాగుతారనమాట వాళ్ళు. వింటున్నారమ్మా? అండ్ మై డియర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, సో బికాస్ ఈస్ట్ యూజెస్ ఫెర్మెంటేషన్ టు ప్రొడ్యూస్ ఆల్కహాల్. ఓకేనా? ది వైన్ ఈస్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ grape juice, my dear friends. And fermentation is important in muscle because it allows the muscle to keep getting a little energy from glucose even when the oxygen supply can with the demand. Okay, so this is the chutneys and pickles, you know. Chutneys and pickles, amma, from what we can say that chutney from pickles, different fruits. Okay, mango, lemon. Okay, and this is the today's topic, amma, that is fermentation. If you have any doubt, please ask me. This is the last slide, amma. Is there any doubt? No doubt?
Just tell me if any doubt.
Okay, if you have no doubt, if you don't have any doubt, and one more important information in front of you. I will tell you on 20th March from 11 a.m. onwards, 11 to 1 p.m. We have one of the webinar. I'm going to about the biofertilizers and organic farming. That is the topic, my webinar topic. That is the national webinar. If you are interested, those who are interested, Madam will send you registration form and even the Zoom link. Please you participate in link and the webinar and also registering yourself. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
This is about today's topic, Amma. Okay, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.